want to start by saying that this isn't an episode about having it all figured out.
Yeah, this is very much an episode from inside the mess.
So we're recording this as two single mums, both on low incomes, both doing our best to keep life steady for our kids and ourselves.
And today we're talking about community. Not the buzzword version, the real one.
Welcome to a two-part series. Hello, I'm Tina.
I'm Tanny B.
This podcast is where we talk honestly about real life, the stuff that doesn't usually make it into the neat conversations.
Today's episode exists because community gets talked about a lot, but rarely from the perspective of people who are exhausted, stretched thin, and still showing up every day.
Yeah, so let's be clear about where we're at. So I'm a single mum managing finances week to week. I'm emotionally present for my kids, working, studying, and my social life. And there really isn't not a lot of overflow. How about you, Tan?
Yeah, that's the same for me, really. There's a constant calculation happening in your head. Money, energy, time, and community has to fit inside that reality.
Exactly, Tanny, exactly. So community, it doesn't look like dinners every night or big social calendar things.
It looks like text messages, checking in, helping each other with our kids. Yeah. Swapping instead of spending, and it might not, as you haven't tapped into the community. I don't know.
Yeah. So, Tanny, I got a question for you.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
really?
So, when you hear the word community, right, what's the first real moment? I'm not talking about an idea, a moment that comes to mind.
When I hear the word community, I don't think of a group or a crowd. I do think of a specific moment. So I was exhausted, stressed, financially stretched. I didn't have the energy to explain everything, and I definitely did not have the energy to show up in a social way. And someone checked in without needing anything back. Not a big gesture, just a message. Or someone watching Leanie for a short window. Or someone just saying, I've got you. And actually meaning it. And I guess that moment taught me that community is not about being surrounded. It's about being held. It's the quiet relief of knowing that you don't have to perform, justify, or repay straight away. And when you're single parenting and broke, real community shows up in practical, gentle ways. So it's someone who understands that your capacity is limited and doesn't make you feel small for it, which is rare. And that's the moment that comes to mind for me. It's not the idea of community, the feeling of exhaling and exhaling because I wasn't doing it alone, even just for a minute.
Totally.
And when money is tight, community becomes practical.
It's about survival, right? About survival.
That's exactly right. Survival of the fittest. And there can be shame here as well. So needing help and not being able to ask or even reciprocate it equally. So that shame can isolate you, even when people are around.
But real community isn't transactional. It's about being held in your seasons that you're going through where you genuinely can't give more.
Ain't that the truth? And I have a question for you, Tanny.
Yes.
On that note, when did you realise that community had to change shape for you?
When I was on my own, mainly. For a long time, roller derby was my community. It gave me strength and belonging, but it also took me away from my kids more than I wanted. So after my relationship ended, community stopped being about big groups and started about being who could actually show up. So it became smaller, more personal and built around support rather than activity. So roller derby still held me. It was my my family. It held me when I was going through my separation as well. But then it changed shape as I became more comfortable in my being divorced and my life changing around a bit, that it's now my small groups of people and doing small things. And now I'm part of a dance, I do like aerobics instead and a book club. So it's so I need community around my interests.
Have you joined a book club?
Yeah, like for a whole year.
What, like, when do you meet?
Every 6 weeks in Wollonga. Well,
Do you have like little worms in your book, like little bookworm?
they're quite big and they speak and they go, "Good morning, love."
Oh, that's what I imagine them as. Cute.
Definitely. So single mothers and fathers, single parenting and parents in general are like, we're strong. And especially us like mothers, I'm talking about me and you, we're mothers and we're strong. And sometimes like strength is misunderstood.
It is misunderstood, and it's not loud strength, it's endurance, I believe.
Yeah, it's about, you can be crying messy, can't you? But just keep going. It's momentum. Even if you're staying still,
That's right.
you're still moving, even if you're taking time out for you. So community for us isn't just about being rescued. It's about being understood.
And not someone who doesn't judge when you cancel, when you disappear, when you're late.
So
that kind of thing.
So who's showing up for you in a quiet way that people would never see from the outside?
When I think about who's shown up for me in a quiet way, it's not the people I reckon that everyone would expect. It's the ones who didn't make a big deal about it. The person who checked in without needing a long explanation. The ones who didn't get offended. I'm not saying names when I went quiet.
That's a good one.
The one who understood that I'm okay, which is you, sometimes just meant I'm surviving today. And it's the people who made things heaps easier for me without announcing it. Watching lanes for a short window, like I said, and sending a message at the right time and letting me cancel without guilt, because there was a lot of things, like when I missed your son's birthday and you didn't give me guilt trips, even though I felt really bad. Right. And from the outside, it probably doesn't look like a lot, but from the inside, it's been everything. Yeah. And that kind of quiet support is what helped me keep showing up, even when I had nothing left to give back. And you probably didn't even realise, and a couple of others of you, how much it really helped me and how much I carry that with me.
Thanks for saying that, Tan. That's big, and thanks for being vulnerable with that, because that's massive and people don't talk about that a lot. And it's just about accepting someone for who they are, even if they're going through something you don't really understand. It's just about understanding that, yeah? So what's been the hardest about asking for help in this season for you? And when I say a season, every season we go through, like when our kids are little, when we're separating, or when we're going through something, it's like a season, isn't it?
Oh, I've done it because I obviously collated some of the info. Like I wanted to think about some stuff to answer, just general notes, and I did it as the podcast season.
It's adorable.
I know. It's funny how we translate things, hey. For me, like season 1 of this podcast, it was born.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the last block of time for me.
Season.
It was
it's been 3 years.
This season. It's only been a year. So this season 1 of this podcast, I was still in it, not after I'd healed or figure out like anything, right? I hadn't figured anything out yet. Single parenting, financially stretched, emotionally exhausted, still trying to show up for lanes, for the podcast, for life in general. And so asking for help felt like admitting I couldn't hold everything together anymore. And for a long time, holding it together was the only thing I felt I was doing right as a teenie. You know, and there was fear for me of being judged, fear of being seen as too much, and people have said over too much who actually walked away from me. Fear of people thinking that I'd failed, and that was a big one for me. And so I guess what I've learned through this season, I guess the last stretch of time, doesn't have to be the podcast, is that asking for help isn't weakness, it's honesty. And that's what we've got to get our heads around. It's saying this is where I'm actually at instead of where I wish I was. And so the reason I've said this season 1 is just this whole last year has really taught me I don't need to collapse in order to deserve support. I just got to be real. I just got to be real.
Yeah.
Got to be that really slangy. I'm still learning how to ask gently, imperfectly, one step at a time, Tina. And
Yeah,
that's
just
all
yeah, I've got something to say about that. That's really good, Tan, is that we also feel like we got to give, if you ask for help, that you got to give back. I think people got to trust that if I help you, I'm not expecting you to help me back. But if I need your help, I know I can ask you back because we just have that understanding. So it's not like you do something for me, I do something for you straight away. It's really just trusting each other. And so if you ask for help, you got to not think you got to give it back.
They do say no expectation, no disappointment. And one thing I've learned and found is that a lot of people say that they don't expect anything back, but then things are used against you as well. And so there was that fear for me to ask certain people things because I thought, I've got nothing to give back. But with you, Tina, and Gab, and a couple of close friends, I'm really lucky, I guess, that I haven't been expected to give back. I've just wanted to because obviously I'm so grateful for the support that I've been given. What I wanted to ask you as well is that what have you had to let go of socially or to survive financially or emotionally?
I had to, thank you. I had to let go of a lot of things that cost too much time, money, and energy. I could learn to say no more. I don't have to go out to every single thing, letting go of the fear of missing out. Like night outs and memberships, they just weren't sustainable anymore. So I chose stability and emotional safety so I could be present for myself and my children.
That's the hardest bit, having to let go of all those things that, you just can't afford
and
anymore.
I don't go out every weekend. My weekends are with my loved ones and my family. And podcast planning or reading my books or going out for a nice quiet dinner with my partner or just watching movies with my children or things like that, or going for nice, lovely beach strolls. And that's all less money. And that's the things I love doing, things that cost nothing, really.
But what's one moment where you felt deeply held without money being involved?
I've had my friendship girls with me always through my marriage and through my divorce, through my life. People like you, Tanny, of course. And they're just the quiet coffee chats, the check-ins, just having little text messages. I always felt like it's the really simple things for me. It's being involved in a book club. That happened a year ago when I had to give up roller derby, sustained too many injuries. Plus it's taking up a lot of my time. And I want to have simple, accessible spaces like a library. I actually go to a library quite a bit and just sit there.
Oh, nice. I do have to ask you something about the book club. Are you on the same page as the other people?
I'm probably a bit faster.
Is that what you'd say you have to go to a book club? You've got to be on the same page.
Yeah, I know. I find it like I smell like a bit like a leaf. I think I'm a bit like a leaf. Paper thin. Listen,
oh dear.
Hey, I'm just flipping through it.
Let's just leave that alone.
It's quite spaces. I feel deeply held. It's quite spaces. It's my walks on the beach, my coffee chats with my girls and my family. And I'm also part of stop for a little bit about my club. Yes, it's like a dancing aerobics thing because it's for fitness. Exercise is important to me. So
that sounds
all things like that. But book club's great because it's only every 6 weeks. So we sit and we drink wine and we talk about the book. Good fun.
Oh, drinking wine and talking about books.
That
might be a bit of a blurry feedback.
Just one glass, Tanya. So let's pause here, hey? Let's pause for a minute. You got your tea?
Oh,
we'll sit.
What are we doing?
Take a sip.
Oh, take a sip of our tea. Listeners, if you're listening, take a sip of your tea or your coffee or your water or your whatever.
And just notice your body and breathe.
We're closing our eyes.
Just breathe.
And just acknowledge how much you've been carrying. What's going on?
My daughter loves to always come in. Do you know the recorder, but he has to say, Oh, I'm recording.
Tanny.
So maybe community doesn't have to be big. It might just be enough for now. And it maybe just has to be real.
Maybe it just has to be neat and comfortable with just one or two people who get it and just acknowledge how much you've been carrying.
Absolutely. So, Tanny, what kind of help actually feels supportive and what doesn't?
I'm just recording, darling.
As I go.
Yeah, but this one's 7 and I'm recording, darling. Okay, real life, real time. Ask that question again, please.
So, what kind of help actually feels supportive and what doesn't?
Banging down my door. So the kind of help that actually feels supportive is not my daughter banging on the door mid-recording. It's help that respects where I'm at, not where someone thinks I need to be. That's what I believe is supportive. It helps that someone doesn't come with pressure, timeline, expectations. Lately I've had a bit of that and it's hard. And it doesn't need me to explain my whole story or prove that I deserve it. Supportive help, it just feels quiet. It sounds like I'm here, not here's what you should do. It adapts when my capacity changes.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel like I owe anything back straight away. Wait a minute, baby. What doesn't feel supportive is help that comes with judgment, advice I didn't ask for, or conditions that I just can't meet. Help that requires me to perform gratitude. Help that makes me feel smaller, exposed, or like I've failed. You know what I mean? So the help that works is the help that lets me stay intact. And it gives me breathing room, not another thing to manage.
I love you said that so well, Tan. That's pretty much it.
I'm surprised I can without someone at my door.
7
I'm
and
not
a half.
impressed.
It's hard.
I've got 7-year-old guys and girls, and this is real life. We took that long to get this freaking thing on tonight. That said to Tina, we're pushing it. She's been that patient.
Yeah,
She's been waiting since 7:30.
she's a good girl.
Yeah, I won't be
We're
long,
very
baby.
close.
And I want to ask you something now. What was
Don't worry about that.
Tanny, what does enough community look like for you right now?
It looks like me staying connected to my friends and family in a way that feels manageable and real. So it's choosing 1 or 2 things that nourish me, which is my book club and my walking and exercise. Plus doing this podcast as well, things like that. We're joining a dance fitness group and creating through the podcast. They're massive for me. It's my downtime. I don't need to belong to everything, Tan. So being out in the world, in community spaces, doing what I love is enough. Simple as that. Simple as that. And I'll also do roller skating with a group of girls as well, and Esplanade as well. So that's part of it's my community. Community doesn't mean belonging to a club or joining something. It could just be something that you create that you bring out that you belong to. And I've just got my little community. I've got my podcasts with you. I've got my book club. I've got my dancing fitness program. I've got my kids, my family, my loved ones. And I have my skating group. And I have me as well. I'm okay being alone and going for beach walks on my own. To me, that's a part of being part of.
So for those people out there that don't have anyone around them, that's pivotal what you just said. Tina's comfortable and so am I, and being in our own space. But then again, it's good to have your own time and be really confident in being on your own. But
also
it is also cool to just have someone you can reach out to, even if you go to a cafe and you get a cuppa each day at the same cafe and you get along really well with the person serving you, you're at least around other people. Don't isolate yourself, guys.
Exactly.
And when we say community, it's not about pressure. You don't have to have all these people around you in order to fit into society. Some people are really private. But as long as you are around human contact, we really need it.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, say myths about community, it no longer fits our lives. So it's the myth of community is like you have to belong to like a netball club or have all this.
You're talking about myths of it, myths about community.
A myth about being busy all the time. A community can just be one person, like you said before, Tanny. It can be just a friend. It can be, like you said, being at a coffee, going out at the cafe and having someone talk to. So the myth isn't about having heaps of friends and having this massive social calendar every single day. That's a myth. That no longer.
The lady that comes into the cafe that I help out at, she's got Alzheimer's, but she comes here every day without fail with her and her little dog, and she sits in the same chair. She has the same coffee, the same food every single day, and that's her community. She just loves it. And it's a surprise she can remember to come back.
It's funny though, isn't it? That's what I love about Alzheimer's and dementia.
That's her community.
It is. It's beautiful.
Love talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with my legs crossed and it's so uncomfortable. My hips are falling apart because I'm getting old. So sorry.
That's all right. I just want to know how you stay connected without burning out, Tan.
Hey, okay. So how do I stay connected? So without burning out, I burn out a lot. No.
Yes.
For me, staying connected without burning out has meant letting go definitely of like the idea that connection has to be constant. I was a socialite, so I've had to accept that in this season, my energy is very limited. It is, and that doesn't make my relationships any weaker. Tanny, it just means they're more honest, I would say. I've got more honest relationships these days. So staying connected now looks like choosing depth over frequency, like today. That was amazing seeing you.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And just having the her check in, like one meaningful check in instead of constant contact. That was actually a pressure for me.
Yeah.
And even, I'm on a roll, even letting people know that I might go quiet and just trusting that the right people are not going to disappear because of it. It's also meant being really clear with myself about my capacity. If connecting for another task, I pause. And that if it feels grounding, then I lean into it. And I've learned that the connections that survive this season are the ones built on understanding, not access.
Yes.
And that's how I stay connected, by protecting my energy so that I can actually stay.
That's perfect. Right.
That's
it. You just said, it, Tan. It's really good, beautiful. So I love that. I love it. Because also that's a myth too, having to be constantly busy and be a socialite all the time. That's another myth too. That kind of works in that as well, Tan. You need to have that space and that quiet time, I think, as well, and have that, So real life community examples. So, if your parent is a school gate relationships, you just see someone, a mum or dad, and you just have that, that just, how you going? How's your kid going? Kind of the conversations at the school. And that's more primary school. It kind of goes away when you got high school kids. I don't have that anymore, but I have friendship with mums from when my kids were little that I'm friends with. And we just have a Facebook chat and we check in and catch up every few months. Informal child minding, that happens a lot when your kids are younger too, Tanny. And family group gates that share food, tools, or information. That's,
And also neighbours who keep an eye out rather than socialise. Online communities that offer validation, resources, solidarity, one trusted person instead of a whole wide circle.
Yeah, and my favourites is play groups. Oh, they were amazing when my kids were little. And libraries are a good source of activities for children and for adults. There's lots of activities at libraries. You can go
But tune in, this is because we're giving you some little ideas here of like places and communities that you can tap into, like sports clubs, environments that give you an outlet. And a social circle, they're important. It could even be starting your own group, such as a singing group. I wouldn't do a crochet group, but
a laughter group. I know people that get together and just laugh.
Oh God, I need a laughing group. Jeez.
Anything you want, anything you love. I reckon there's any hobby out there, there's a group for. Or you'll find that one person you can do it with. There really is. If this episode resonates, I want to know you're not failing cat connection. You're building inside real constraints, and that matters. Community doesn't have to be loud or visible to matter. It doesn't have to look impressive from the outside. Then what feels good for you?
That's right. And in the community sector, there's a reminder that we come back to again and again, is that people don't heal through being fixed. They just heal through being understood.
I love that, a big sigh. That's really good. I love that. If your world feels small right now, that doesn't mean you're disconnected. It just means you're being discerning.
And you're still showing up, guys and girls, for your kids, for yourself, for one more day. That counts as strength, even when it's quiet.
You don't need to earn support.
Collapse to deserve care.
You're allowed to build community that fits the life you're actually living. So thank you for sitting with us.
Right. This is a Teapot series, one cup at a time. Thank you for sitting with us today. I hope to see you guys on the social platforms. Please communicate with us. Let us know if there's anything that you'd like us to discuss, any topics you want us to raise. We are getting to the end of our mini season. We've got lots coming up for season 2. So check us out on our socials, the Teapot series, Facebook, Instagram, the website. Now, Tina, is the website still the same?
We've got one more episode to wrap up season 1 though. That's coming up. And yes, just it'll be in the link. The website, teapotseries.com.au, and Teapot Series is at Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, and we hope if you've got any questions about today's show, please write to us. And just remember that community is important, but don't put that pressure on yourselves, guys. Yeah. And you got us here, your sisters, Tanny B.
Thank you. This is a Teapot Series.
Over and out.